Hey everybody, this is your boy Heyday. Now this is my first ever Lightroom tutorial, so bear with me. I chose one of the pictures I shot in Seattle. As you can tell, it's kind of dramatic with a little sun spotlight coming from here going down to the city from the Space Needle. All right, man, let's get this started. So we're gonna reset. This is the original picture. And we're going to get it popping. So first thing I like to do is crop out the unnecessary. So you see this right here. We don't want that. So we're going to crop out the picture. Now, I know most of you guys do Lightroom a totally different way, but the first thing I start off with is exposure every time. Now, the picture I shot right here is not in RAW because I shot it from a drone. So usually RAW will kind of automatically do the temperatures and the tints. But if you want to get a good white balance, you'll click this right here, try to find something that's really white, and then go from there. But yeah, we're gonna stick with that. So first thing first, I always go to the tone curve first, and because this kind of separates between the shadows and the highlights and everything else. So I usually try to get moody type of pictures. So I'll put these three sections down here so it won't mess up the middle. And I kind of like mess with these real quick. There's not really, if you can tell, it kind of gets the contrast goes up, kind of makes it flat. You know what I'm saying? I like crushing the blacks a lot, so kind of gives it more detail. Okay, so I mess with those first always. Tone curve is always the first one I mess with. Then I'm back up here, back up to the little basics panel. Usually the style of me shooting, my style of me editing is usually the same way with the highlights and the shadows. Oh, sorry about the text tone. But usually I'll just put the highlights all the way up, all the way down, and that kind of gives the details in the clouds. And then I put the shadows all the way up so you can see the detail in the foreground. You know what I'm saying? And then if necessary, I turn the whites up to kind of bring out the brightness without overexposure. And then, like I said, I crush the blacks to bring that detail. See? And then you guys see most of my pictures have a lot of it's like gritty because that's the way I like it. So I kind of mess with the clarity a lot. A lot of people don't mess with the clarity a lot because they want the soft proofing like that, but I don't like that. I like the gritty detail. And then usually I'll probably put the vibrance down so the colors won't be as harsh. But I'll still put the saturation up a little bit to kind of like balance out. You know what I mean? Alright. Then we already did the tone curve. The next is the HSL color and black and white panels. I usually turn the yellows down a lot because it kind of messes up the way I like pictures to look. So I usually go down a little bit with the yellows, but the oranges, we're going to make it like a little grittier picture. So we're going to darken the oranges a little bit. You can tell in the clouds to make it a little bit more darker, bring the oranges out a little bit more. And then because you want that kind of warm look of it. That's the kind of look I'm kind of going for. And then we'll go to the blues. You know what I'm saying? We'll make the blues kind of well, let's see how we're going to do those. Nah, probably just leave the blues. Kind of darken them a little bit so you can kind of see them a little bit more. in the clouds. The next step is usually, I do split toning every once in a while. I really don't do it that much. But if I do split toning, it'll mostly be through the highlights. I usually mess around like the bluish area, but not like over exaggerating blue. Kind of down in that light blue, you know what I'm saying, purplish kind of look to give that nice sunsetty type of look. And I think I'm gonna go back to the oranges. Turn them down just a bit. There we go. Dopeness. And then the sharpening, I usually turn the sharpening up to like 70 to make it pop a little bit more. And then the noise reduction, the luminance, you never want to go past 40. Because if you go past 40, it starts to look cartoonish. And we don't want it to look cartoonish. Like you see this is like the most I'll ever do. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go down to like 20. We'll stick to 20. So the way I do the vignette is weird. I will turn the amount all the way to 100, negative. I'll turn the midpoint all the way down. I'll turn the roundness all the way up. And then I'll turn the highlights all the way up. And then I'll slowly but surely bring it back until I have a look that I want. Boom. Perfect. The lens correction, you can usually enable it, and they'll probably find your camera. Right there, see, they found the DJI Phantom. It kind of fixed it, makes your picture more straight. Alright, so to get that spotlight thing that I was trying to do, we're going to go this little doohickey right here. I'm not really sure what it's called. Okay, there it goes. Radio filter, okay? So the radio filter is a really powerful tool that I use a lot. It can kind of bring out what you want to be highlighted. So the spotlight thing is we kind of wanted it right here. So we kind of wanted the sun to kind of like a spotlight thing from the top of the Space Needle going down to the city. So with that, over here in this panel, you see the exposure's already up. We're going to go down with the exposure. See? Now with this, you can go back and forth with this, like the main exposure. Turn that up a little bit. Then go back with this. See? And with that, it's going to light up the city from the Space Needle. Kind of give it that rough feel. Now the feathering right here, if you make like this, that's what it's going to look like. If you look in this area. But no, we're going to feather it. Kind of give it that dramatic type of feel. And we want to turn the clarity up around it. It's only doing what's surrounding the circle, not inside the circle. You know what I mean? So if we mess with the blacks, which we won't. Highlights and the shadows, which we will. Smooth this over a little bit. Alright. Then we made it more dramatic. And that's basically, guys, how I do my moody, dramatic photos. You can see the before and after. You can see the density, or whatever, the dramatic feel of it. You know what I'm saying? Brings all the buildings out. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's the before and after. You know what I'm saying? Top and bottom. But yeah, basically that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. And if you can, press the like on my page, IAMHAYDAY, and share it. Thanks.